Hello, this is Stan Stolniker with Hub Culture, and we're at New York Climate Week. Joining me right now is Nick Eisenberger from the Pure Energy Partners Group, which is doing some really interesting work around the clean web and actually carbon recycling. So, Nick, welcome.
Thank you very much, Dan. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. So here we are. We're at Clinton Global Initiative, and there's a lot of really interesting things and people happening here, as well as commitments. Tell me about what you guys are up to and what you're committing to.
So we're working on a couple different things. One of them is we're really focused on the growing intersection between clean tech and infotech, an area we call the clean web. This is an area that people have some familiarity with the idea of the smart grid, but now with mobile and social and infinitely cheap sensors, we see it going far beyond the smart grid and really affecting almost every way in which we interact with resources. So we have divided the clean web into sort of four areas. One is what we call catalyzing clean tech. So you're now seeing information technology really make a difference in how we can distribute and sell clean technology. So one example is a company that we're working with called Sungevity. They figured out how to use the internet and satellite technology to help identify opportunities for going solar on your roof. So instead of having a truck come to your house, a guy climbing on your roof and sort of looking around and seeing, do you have a solar opportunity? They just look from space. And so what a customer can do now is go online, put in their address, and within a few minutes they get a quote back about their solar opportunity. It's really lowering the cost for both the customer and the provider of getting solar out there. So catalyzing clean tech is one area. Another company we're working with in that is called Solar Mosaic. And they're taking the Kickstarter model of crowdsourcing funding for projects and bringing that to solar. So if you live in an apartment building, you don't have the ability to put solar on your roof, you don't own the roof. If you've got too much shade, you can still participate in the solar revolution by putting in a modest amount of money, if you want, to help another roof go solar. So really seeing how is information technology now really catalyzing clean tech. Another area we're seeing is what we call the resource cloud. So you think about Zipcar, which is not an intentionally clean company per se, although I think it was in their thinking about how sharing cars could be more efficient. But that model, Airbnb, you may have heard of people sharing their homes as a hotel room. There are now more than 10,000 rooms a night going through Airbnb. Airbnb grew by 900 some odd % last year. And that model is really expanding. And the thing about that is you really save resources across that. So in the Zipcar example, they estimate about 200 cars per Zipcar. Sorry, they're replacing 200 cars per Zipcar. In the Airbnb model, 60%, a person's home is 60% more energy efficient than a new hotel room. So lots of ways in which we can share the cloud of resources, not just the software or the Google resource cloud, but the real cloud of actual hard assets that are out there that are being underutilized and use them better.
So tell me a little bit. So one of the things that a lot of people have been talking about is the emergence of the Internet of Things and the ability for smart grid and smart technologies to take over some of the tasks that exist within, say, the home. And as a result of that, to improve efficiency. Who is doing that kind of work in terms of the companies that you guys are looking at? And do you think that that's a big opportunity?
I think it's a huge opportunity. Sensors now are essentially costless. So there's almost more sensor traffic, computer to computer traffic, than there now is person to person. And I think that's going to, again, change the way we use resources. So for example, we now have sea satellites in the Pacific that are sensing minute changes in the water temperature in the ocean and predicting El Nino events. And that's now giving early warning to farmers in Ohio or in Bangladesh about the nature of the monsoon or the nature of the rain that they'll get. And that's informing the decisions of what kind of insurance they'll take out or what kind of seeds they'll plant. So those sensors, now whether it's in the home or at the bottom of the ocean or anywhere on Earth, are going to really start to drive the way in a much smarter way that we use resources in our daily life.
So let's talk for a second about the role for Pure Energy Partners, for your firm, in sort of, I guess, are you guys like a filter? You're filtering a lot of this information to kind of find the gems, among, the wheat among the chaff? Is that how it works?
So we're doing a couple things on the Clean Web. First of all, we've started with some other partners, including Spring Ventures, a national Clean Web network. Spring Ventures has sponsored this, and we have our next Clean Web Hackathon this Friday in New York City. And we've actually started doing these around the world. We've done them in London, we've done them in France, we've done them in LA, we've done them in San Francisco, and trying to raise awareness among entrepreneurs and technologists about this opportunity, so that in addition to thinking about how can I make my billions in the next photo sharing opportunity, they're thinking about how can I apply my skills and my passion in the technology area online and mobile and social to these resource issues, and make a lot of money doing that. So we're trying to help really through thought leadership and these kinds of events bring more awareness about this opportunity. What we do at at Pure Energy Partners generally, we call ourselves a venture catalyst shop, and what we're focused on is identifying what we think are truly breakthrough companies that are just getting started, that with the application of capital, with the right customers, the right partners, the right strategy, that they can really achieve that commercial scale that will let them have that kind of impact and create the value that we're looking for and they're looking for. In our space, as you probably know, the fundamental issue actually is not money, it's commercial impact and commercial scale. So we're really focusing in.
Plain old viability.
So that's the challenge we're focusing in on, and trying to help people dramatically accelerate their path to commercialization.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, that's a great update from Nick Eisenberger on the intersection of technology and the environment with the clean web. Let's get it going.
Thank you very much. Great. Good to see you, Stan.
Yeah, great to see you too, Nick. And I'm Stan Stoniker with Hub Culture, again from New York Climate Week, specifically at the Clinton Global Initiative.